Honorable Kakale.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Shehu Kakale, member representing Bodinga, Dange-Shuni and Tureta. I'm from Sokoto, Shehu. My motion, Mr. Speaker, is on matters of urgent public importance, which also border on security, as just presented by Honorable Gagdi, on the need to urgently stem the tide of spiraling insecurity situation and death, and to avoid further humanitarian crisis in Bodinga and Tureta constituency of Sokoto State. I want to urge the leader of the House to allow me to read this motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for granting me the opportunity to present this very important motion on the need to urgently stem the tide of spiraling insecurity and killings, and also to avert further humanitarian crisis in Bodinga, Dange-Shuni and Tureta federal constituency of Sokoto State. Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I want to let you know that I'm talking to you now. My constituency in Sokoto State is under siege of bandits. And I want, is it talking to me? And I want the House to note that with grave concern, the acute and spiraling deterioration of security situation in Bodinga, Dange-Shuni and Tureta federal constituency of Sokoto State in the last few weeks, which climaxed with the gruesome murder and massacre of innocent people in Galma, Duse, Buolori, and Hausari villages of Wababi districts from the 4th to 3rd of September 2021 by bandits. This was then followed by another set of coordinated attacks on the communities of Jibual, Bajaldu, Waramu, Bisalam, and Ilela Bisalam of Dange district, and Tuma of Bodinga district between the 6th and 8th September, followed by another brazen attack on Lamba Tureta of Tureta local government in the late hours of Wednesday 8th, the early morning hours of Thursday 9th September 2021, resulting in the deaths of about 10 innocent farmers, traders, students, and civil servants. I also want the House to note that more than 60 men, women, and children were kidnapped by the bandits and taken to their evil camps.
Honorable Kakale, please speak to your mic. You are hardly audible.
Maybe I should change the...
Go ahead, just get closer to the mic, that's all.
Also note that more than 60 women, men and children were kidnapped by the bandits and taken to their evil camps along with stolen food items, cash, hundreds of seized phones and other commodities, in the process also killing 10 innocent people and maiming dozens, while also forcefully cutting away their year-long food reserves and emptying food stores and local silos, leaving the villagers with no food to eat in our communities. Concerned that that Bodinga, Dange-Shuni, and Tureta local government area of Sokoto State are bordering and are contiguous with Bakura, Maradun, and Shinkafi local government areas of Zamfara State, where currently a heavy military onslaught on the bandits with strategic telecoms, transport, fuel, and market shutdowns is in place. It has pressured the fleeing criminal elements into the forests and communities of Eka, Company, Imasa, Dus Indisa, Rakomni, Akali, and adjoining Jerkuka forest of my constituency. Aware that the security of lives and properties of citizens is the primary constitutional responsibility of the government as enshrined in Chapter 2 of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, I also want to call on the attention of this House that this unending senseless violations, kidnappings and banditry, as well as sexual molestation of women and arsons perpetrated by criminals and terrorists against innocent citizens across the country has led to the deaths of thousands of Nigerian lives, widely reported by both local and international media, has heightened fears, confusion, alarm, and panic among citizens, especially with the recent tactics of these bandits, where they send horror advanced threat letters of their imminent coming to attack communities and also kill citizens with impunity. Genuinely panicked by these alarming threat letters and brutal attacks, and amassing numbers of bandits and terrorists in their hundreds flooding the poorest of the aforementioned local government areas of Zamfara State. More than 100 households and over 500 people and families are currently displaced from Tureta and Dange-Shuni local governments into town and urban areas of the local government headquarters, and in growing numbers with worsening exodus of women and children and vulnerable into the state capital of Sokoto, resulting in acute additional humanitarian crisis in the state. We want the House and urge this Honorable House to resolve as follows. Number one, to observe a minute silence and prayer in prayers for the souls of the departed, and also pay a condolence visit to Sokoto State by this Honorable House. I also want the House to resolve to urge the National Emergency Management Agency and the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons to come to the aid of these victims by providing relief materials and emergency intervention in those areas. I also want the House to urge the National Communications Commission to also impose telecom shutdown in these adjoining local governments of Sokoto State so as to mitigate the activities of these bandits, and urge the military and other security agencies to reinforce their forward operation bases in Dange-Shuni and Tureta local governments with more personnel and equipment to neutralize the bandits and criminals and secure the region, and direct the committees on emergency and disaster management and IDPs to ensure compliance. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and the Honorable House for granting me the opportunity to present this very important motion this morning.
Reverend, can you second?
And I represent the entire people of Ugele North, Ugele South, and Uduam from Delta State. I rise to second the motion ably moved by my brother from Sokoto. I so second.
Did you just move your motion? Yes. Okay, so we'll just put the question. Those in support, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. Ayes have it.